Hello, my name is Owen, and welcome to what I'll be reading in the month of May. We're already a couple days into May, a handful of days into May, if you would say, if you allow me to rhyme this month. And because of that, I already know a little bit how May's going, right? I think May will be what April thought it would be in terms of reading pace, number of books, reading enjoyment, friends made along the way, 3D effects added to the channel. They're all coming this month, and it's going to be fantastic. So we got a great list of books, and let's just start. Let's just start at the top, shall we? The book of the month for the month of May is, as announced, Under Heaven by Guy Gavriel Kay. I said in my little post, it's a book of the month, and I'm reading it in audiobook form, so I'm listening to the book of the month this month. And let me just tell you, spoiler alert, I already listened to the whole thing. We're 5 days into the month of May. I listened to, it was around 20 hours of an audiobook. So that review will be coming out shortly. But we're 5 days into the month, and we're already one book down, which just shows you how powerful I am this month. And yeah, you could say it was an audiobook, doesn't really count. I mean, it's different form. And to that, I would say, perhaps you're right, and perhaps not, okay? I don't really have an argument for that. It is different. It was certainly a lot easier for me to finish that book with what I was doing in those 5 days. A lot of driving, a lot of staring outside a car window. So audiobook for that purpose was fantastic. And it allowed me to get through it very quickly. But expect that review in the next couple days. But that's what we have read in the month of May. But what are we going to read in the month of May? So starting off with the simple ones, we're going to continue where we left off in the month of April. We're reading Shadow and Bone. We're a decent chunk of the way through that book. And like I said last month, or in my recap of April, it's a fast read. It's a blockbuster fantasy. So I expect we'll get through that book no problem despite its length. Moving on from there, we're delving back into the Duneverse. I know I said I wouldn't do it, but like I said in the last video as well, I was peer pressured by the mob. You guys seem to really like those videos, those Dune videos, and every time I say, oh, this is a good stopping point for this series, according to you guys say, well, whoever told you that was stupid, even though it's the same people telling me every time. Because I'm sure I'm going to finish Children of Dune, and then they're going to say, well, you got to read God Emperor of Dune. You have to. And then I'm going to read, and they go, well, the next couple books are actually quite essential to the lore of the world, and you really need to finish the Atreides storyline by continuing. And it's never going to end. And all of a sudden, I'll be Dune's biggest fan, and I'll be making top 10 pieces of Dune lore that you didn't know before. And it's just going to be chaos. But regardless, this month we will be reading Children of Dune by Frank Herbert, and I'm very excited for it. Now that the way that the story progressed at the end of Dune Messiah, I have no idea where it goes. I don't know any spoilers for Children of Dune. I don't know who their main characters are or what they get up to. Really going into it blind. It is a Libby book, so I'm on a bit of a time crunch to finish it, and I've already had it for 3 days, I think, on rent. And you only get those for 21. Although if you put your Kindle on airplane mode, you could keep it forever. Don't let them tell you I told you that. Don't tell them I told you that. They'll delete it. They'll delete the feature. But yeah, so we'll finish that this month. We'll continue our adventure into the Dune universe. And then from there, we'll be sitting at 3 books. So where are we going to progress from there? I know I've been saying I'm going to read the Heaven and Earth grocery store for months on end. The Libby is just... it's at my wit's end, okay? I got the notification yesterday. It's ready for pickup. I'm not ready for pickup, so I let it lapse, and now it's gone, I think, and I got to re-enter the hold queue. I just don't think it's going to work. It's just not in the cards. Every once in a while, the universe will tell you that if you want to read a book, it's just not going to give it to you, and it just means that it's time to let it go. So I don't think I'm going to try for that book anymore, but where does that leave us? Well, if... for some reason, we're feeling very, very speedy, we're going to continue with the Shadow and Bone duology and go to Crooked Kingdom, book 2, if by some miracle, and it would be a miracle if I did this, finished that book as well. That would be our 4th book finished in the month. Then we would delve back into the wonderful world of Malazan Book of the Fallen, because we are on book 5, Midnight Tides, a fantastic entry in the series. It's a prequel. Right? So those of you waiting for the Malazan videos, I plan, if we have time, to start it this month, or at the very least, it'll be the top of June, where we really delve into that storyline. And the sounds of engines are whining outside my windows in celebration that Malazan reread is back on the channel. But that'll be a long one, guys. Don't expect me to finish that anytime quickly, because those rereads, I like to delve into them. I like to delve deep into them. So who knows how long it'll be till I finish that. If by some miracle we get to the Malazan book and we're thinking we need something to supplement that, we probably go back to the drawing board here, maybe read either some of my vintage books I got here, maybe explore those a little bit, or I don't know, maybe read the Jonathan Kellerman novel. I've been sitting there for a while. We definitely have to go back to the TBR list. Like I said in last month, we got to knock that number down. Getting both of the Shadow and Bone books out of the way will be fantastic for that purpose. But we do have a lot of books going on. I'm not quite ready to dive into Three Musketeers yet or War and Peace. Those have been sitting there for a while. Those have been cooking for a while. But that needs to be like a goal of a month, right? It can't be like the fifth book or fourth book or even the third book I delve into a month. That's got to be like top of a new month, I'm diving into something like Three Musketeers. But other than that, we're set up fantastically for the month of May. I'm very excited for it. I know I say it every month, but it's going to be a great month. Let me know what you're reading in the comments below. And keep on giving me those book of the month recommendations. It's been going fantastic. And not to give a spoiler for the Under Heaven review, but it's another slam dunk. So I'm very excited to give that review as well. So keep giving me recommendations for books you would stake your reputation on. But then also just let me know what you're reading in general, right? What do you recommend that's like maybe not like the greatest book you ever read, just something that you really enjoy that you're reading, you're having a good time with. Eventually, we will get back to Robin Hobb. That is in the back of my mind as well. But again, that's kind of like what I was saying earlier with Three Musketeers. I want that to be a focus. I want that to be when I'm ready to dive into the Tawny Man trilogy. I believe that's the next set that I have. I want it to be a focus. I want to knock those three books out closely together in a chunk. And we're nearing, I guess we're at this point, we're over a year since we started the Farseer trilogy. It's been about a year, huh? I think I started reading those around April of last year. So it's been a journey. It's been a year with Robin Hobb sitting in my brain as one of my favorite authors. So I'm excited to get back to that as well, but not this month. Not this month. We got other things to focus on. So like I said, let me know what you're reading in the comments. Be sure to like and subscribe if you like the video and you want to see more like in the future. My voice, it feels a little bit scraggly today, like I'm losing my voice slightly. That would be a shame because I love to talk and I love to hear myself talk. Voice crack alert. I gotta stop, okay? Thanks for sticking around.